The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. Ministry of Justice conducts annual activity assessment meeting. Calls for strengthened participation in the implementation of the development programs. North Korea's Kim Yo-jong issues military threat over Japan's missile test. And strong El Nino could push 49 million people into acute hunger, U.S. agency says. Proceeding with our reports. The Ministry of Justice conducted its annual activity assessment meeting and discussed future programs on 3rd and 4th August. Speaking at the meeting, Ms. Fawzia Hashim, Minister of Justice, said that ensuring social supremacy, which is core mission of this ministry, is not a recent initiative. Rather, it is rooted in a way of life of the Eritrean people and social supremacy nurtured during the armed struggle for independence. Minister Fawzia went on to say that community-based legal system built on the principle of social sovereignty reflects the history, culture, and identity of the Eritrean people and plays a significant role in ensuring legal supremacy, social harmony, the implementation of overall development programs, and the public confidence. Noting that community-based legal system from the family and designed to be community-centered, Minister Fawzia said that it makes significant contribution in preserving social harmony and stability. She added that Ministry of Justice has been working relentlessly to formulate a community-centered legal system and that the plan already formulated is based on this principle. Minister Fawzia went on to say that organizational structure consistent with history, tradition, and societal values of the Eritrean people will be announced after thoroughly reviewing public participation in the organizational process currently underway in the area of administration level. Minister Fawzia further said that the necessary efforts will be exerted to ensure that law reflects the traditional and values of Eritrean society and nurture capable human resources equipped with necessary knowledge and professional ethics. She called on all staff members of the ministry to play their part in realizing these objectives. At the meeting, reports were presented focusing on the Courts and Precautions Office, the 5-year strategic plan, and development of Ministry Information Technology System. The participants conducted extensive discussion on the establishment of community-based legal system, the improvement of law, human resources, and institutional development, and enhancement of the public awareness. Ambassador Abdullah Musa, Minister of Local Government, called on coordinated effort by the public and government institutions to advance development programs, particularly related to infrastructure and agriculture. Ambassador Abdullah made the call at the meeting held in Mandafera on 4th August to assess activity conducted during the first half of 2026. Minister Abdullah also urged all government institutions, particularly administrations, to play their due part in encouraging the public to strengthen its organization and awareness and to contribute to the implementation of the outlined development programs. According to reports presented by the heads of the department, sub-zonal administrators, extensive activities were carried out during the first half of the year, including water and soil conservation, the renovation of dirt roads, installation of electricity lines, and support of families of martyrs. Potable water projects were also implemented in 7 villages. The report also indicated that 2.2 million tree seedlings were distributed for planting and that encouraging results are being registered in honey production and poultry farming. Mr. Habtab Tesfatyan, governor of the southern region, indicated the extensive water and soil conservation activities are being carried out across the region, particularly along with the eastern escarpment. Mr. Habtab also said that construction of microdams and preschools and the expansion of potable water supplies and enhancement of agricultural activities are among the programs planned for the second half of the year. The Eritrean Community Festival in Western Canada was colorfully celebrated in Edmonton on 1st and 2nd August under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. The festival was attended by numerous nationals from the Canadian cities of Edmonton, Calgary, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Regina, and Toronto, as well as from various cities in the United States. It featured cultural and artistic performances, sports competitions, and displayed by the members of the Red Flower. Noting that Eritrean Community Festival in Western Canada has a history of about 40 years, Mr. Obay Tesfasilase, chairman of the Holiday Coordinated Committee, said that the festival, which began with a clear vision and love of the country, is the heritage of every Eritrean. At the event, Mr. Elias Amared, a guest of honor, conducted a seminar for participants focusing on the objective situation in the homeland, as well as the regional and global developments. Mr. Mhari Abraham, head of the blood donation service at the National Blood Transfusion Service, reported that government workers in Mendefera subzone voluntarily donated 87 units of blood on 4th August. Mr. Mhari said that the government workers in the subzone voluntarily donated blood twice a year and that this year's program was part of the regular initiative. Ms. Elsa Habtetyon, chairperson of the Voluntary Blood Donors Association in the subzone, called on the public, particularly the youth, to follow this noble example and contribute to efforts to ensure the adequate blood supply for health facilities. The participants expressed satisfaction with voluntarily donating their blood to help save lives and called on others to follow their noble example. It is to be recalled that government workers in the subzone donated 61 units of blood in January this year. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. Kim Yo-jong, powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, has warned that Pyongyang would adopt additional military options after Japan test-fired a United States-made Tomahawk cruise missile. Kim accused Japanese military of moving away from defensive posture and transforming into military power capable of primitive acting, the statement carried by state media KCNA on Wednesday. Citing Japan's recent Tomahawk test wells as the test fired to other missiles and Japan's participation in the U.S.-led joint military drill in Philippines in May, Kim said North Korea will respond in a way that made Japan feel that its security has been exposed to greater danger. Kim also accused the United States of enabling Japan's military buildup by supplying Tomahawk missile modifying vessels for their operation and supporting the missile test. The statement is the latest in a series of North Korean commentary criticizing security operation among the U.S., South Korea, and Japan. On a last report, a powerful El Nino weather event could push an additional 49 people into acute food security across the world's most vulnerable region by the end of this year, the World Food Programme said on Wednesday. The UN agency said the report that there were 81% chance of very strong El Nino event with sea surface temperature at their warmest level since at least 1982 and potentially making the strongest such event in 1950. El Nino, a periodic warming of ocean surface temperature in the Pacific, alerts global weather patterns, and it is often associated with drought in southern Africa, delayed monsoons in part of the Asia, and erratic rainfall elsewhere. Central America and Southern Africa are expected to be among the hardest hit regions, with number of food insecure people set to increase by 83% in Central America and nearly 75% in Southern Africa, the WFP report said. Southern Africa as well as South America and the Caribbean could each see more than 12 million additional people fall into acute food insecurity. The agency stressed that the forecasts remain uncertain and that impacts will vary across the region, but warned the government and aid agencies that need to prepare. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Ministry of Justice conducted annual activity assessment meeting. Call for strengthened participation in the implementation of the development programs. North Korea Kim Yo-jong issues a military threat over Japan missile test. And strong El Nino could push 49 people more into acute hunger, UN agency says. And that was the news from ERi-TV studios. This has been the Lit High reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.